described. Is that within reason?
Yeah, you're asking after the blacksmiths. That's what I'm assuming now.
Particularly anything that would involve the red shield and the black. Oh, never mind.
No one has a clue. You're just as confused about your question as I am.
All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna go track down Juhani because I have no idea what else to do. Not very good at investigating, obviously.
Nice try,
Does it
though.
involve lying?
Nice try.
Nope.
So what do you do?
I go and track down Juhani to, I guess, just
It's not hard to
It's
track down
inside.
Johanny. If he's at his service, he's at one of the gates.
She.
okay.
Gee, sorry. Yeah.
So 50-50. I guess I choose a gate and go there. Do I need to roll like a D2 for getting the right gate?
No. You'll eventually get to the right gate.
Okay.
Johanny is checking people coming in and out of the city.
I look
I
exceedingly
I
bored.
give Juhani my signature smirk and I say, it looks quite fun.
Yes, it is. I'm gonna roll a bluff check. I know it's versus player. I don't care. I'm still gonna roll a bluff check.
He just wants to roll a bluff check.
I wanna roll a bluff check. Let me see. Oh, here we go. Hey, it could be worse. It could be worse. Oh wow.
It doesn't exactly pass my passive insight.
No, it does not. But it was worth a try.
My investigation is not going so well. I tried tailing the man that Melgar tied up earlier, but I'm not quite as sneaky as you are. I'm not sure where to go about from here. I assume that you are just bringing in a wealth of information here at the gate.
DM, I assume I have found nothing of significance while checking random people walking into the city.
You have found nothing of significance because you
I
have
don't-
not looked for something significant.
You didn't let me look. You were busy with him. I mean, I would have.
I said, are you guys
Oh, I see.
about your jobs? And you say yes. So then I assume you just go about your jobs and actually
Fair
guard
enough.
the gates.
Fair enough. But I assume I would have noticed the blacksmiths.
Oh yes. Then I would have told you.
Well, I answer Roy by saying, not quite sure how this is useful right now.
I mean, any blonde-haired dwarf in the company of a red-haired, a ginger-haired dude is like.
Yes.
Red
That's
alert.
Pretty like. All right. Well, I guess going with the other plan. Let me know if you meet a Jonathan. And I leave Juhani with that.
I will from now on pay attention to see if I meet someone named Jonathan. In the red
And I
shield.
guess I go in and is Hakan, Anna, or Melgar at this gate with them?
Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
across the city. What? Oh, what?
I'll be at Fluffy. Whatever her name is, I forgot.
Juhani.
Yes. At the gate with her.
Okay.
All right, I'll just go to the other gate and see how Hakan and Anna are doing.
Yeah, that takes quite a lot of time. Across city.
Good, I have nothing else to do.
For
Jet is super
you guys, you obviously have shifts. They won't allow, because it's pretty tiring work to constantly check people. They will allow shifts, so when your shift is off, you can, you're off duty for a bit. Just saying. You don't have to be at the gate at all time. So you arrive at the second gate and you'll see. I wanted to say Book, but it's Anna, of course. And Hakan checking people.
I am relieved to see Hakan being the cheery fellow he is, because I haven't had very much luck with my solo investigation, and it's pretty obvious that I'm excited to see him.
I smile and wave as I see him, but trying to remain guardly.
Godly. Describe Guardly. Ah, I see.
Nice one.
Yep, that look.
How is the being guardly going for you?
It's I've not seen anything suspicious. Or there was a guy that was trying to bring in newts in a bag, and it got out and spilled everywhere. But that was about as exciting as my afternoon's been.
Sounds like a nuisance.
Nothing.
Well, I've asked Juhani. I haven't made a lot of progress in my investigation, but I've asked Juhani to keep a lookout for Jonathan in particular. So if you meet him, take note of what he looks like, so we can
We can
at least be able to recognize him and point him out to me.
I will do.
Besides that, I've not had much luck, about as much luck as we've had so far with finding these blacksmiths.
Have I come across anything unusual during my guard duties?
Nope. Otherwise, I would have said so.
Yep.
All the guarding is real.
I guess it's what time of day is it?
Well, it's
Getting later.
Yeah, it's getting later and later and later.
All right, I am going to return to the inn and look for any red shields there that I didn't recognize being at the headquarters earlier.
You're getting pretty hungry because you've only drank alcohol for a bit, not eaten.
And I pull the sausage out of my pack and eat the sausage. I make sure that I'm out of Hakan's sight. I don't want to be eating sausage while he's on duty. That's just rude. I will subtract said sausage.
Oh man.
But I'm looking out for red shields that I didn't recognize from being at the headquarters earlier.
Yeah, you see a lot of red shields not being at the headquarters earlier. So.
How are they spread out throughout the room? Are they like all sitting together, talking like they got off work, or are they just?
Oh, you mean in the
spread throughout
inn or
the,
something?
Yes, in the inn.
Oh, right. You see a few, yeah, at the same table playing cards. You see exactly one table of them. One table full of red cards.
Is that a standard measurement or an SI
About
unit?
One table of them.
It's literally like a tablespoon.
Yeah.
Red cards.
And they're playing cards.
Can I see what kind of card game they're playing?
Oh god.
Let it
Just
be Texas
think of
Hold'em.
Random game card.
They're playing
Card
poker, yeah.
game.
Nope, they're
Werewolf. They're playing
They're
werewolf.
playing the
Lights of magic.
the typical D&D card game, Three Dragon Ante.
I don't know what that is.
something typically D&D apparently.
Yep, it's a card game that comes from Wizards of the Coast that was specifically developed for D&D fantasy settings.
Okay. Just to kind of put my intentions out there out of character, I intend to attempt to sit with them and play this card game, but I have no idea how to play personally. Would we need to save this specific action for later? Or is it like easy to explain?
No, if your character is familiar with the game, we can just make it a roll.
Oh man, I wanted to actually play a card game.
No, I don't
Alright.
have the actual card. No.
I mean, I assume he would be familiar with it.
It's it's just like poker in this world. It's a pretty familiar card game. So if your character has ever touched, games of cards, then you'll probably have known of Three Dragon Ante.
Okay. Well, I grab a drink and sit down at their table.
They ask if you wanna just play for fun or play for actual money.
Well, I guess I wouldn't need to roll a perception check to see what are they playing for fun or are they playing for money?
They're playing for money.
Okay, I'll play for money as well then.
Fine. So it's a they ask you to give a bet of 5 silver, and it's an intelligence roll because it's a tactical roll.
That
All right,
trickled.
my other rolls have been just awful, so hopefully this is. It involves money. It'll probably be fine.
You can always try to cheat, It's probably a bluff.
Yeah, you can actually try to cheat if you want with a bluff check.
But maybe try to win regularly first.
Yeah, I'll go with the.
Or maybe try and lose so they are more open to share info with you. Ah. +5. Oh.
Yeah, +5, man. Ooh, ouch.
That guy's out of the game.
One of the players is out of the game and the other 2 beat you. So you lose your 5 silver.
Okay. No worries there.
They actually have a lower intelligence score, but I rolled really high, so unfortunately.
Good cards, right?
Yeah, good cards. There is a bit of luck in the card game, so.
How does one go about? Are you guys really Red Shields or are you Rogue Faction Red Shields?
Maybe by round the table.
Talk shit about Uriel and see if they reply.
I guess I can.
Or talk like something about their methods not being very effective,
Well, I mean, I guess I'll start with some small talk. I'll say, Red Shields, huh? Some companions I came into the town with just joined the Red Shields. They convinced me to try out with them, but they're I don't think I made the cut as far as standards go.
Oh, don't worry, man. Like, not everyone makes the cut. It's a really rough training, and you have to be really good not only at fighting but also at like being dexterous and stealthy and stuff.
And why the second part of that?
Because not all our duties compromise of fighting, Sometimes you have to escape a situation in a different way if you're overpowered, or policing duties not always ask for force. Sometimes you have to catch a thief, or yeah.
Makes sense. But I do enjoy your company. hope I'm not intruding on your card game.
No, we like to play with new people, you know. It's about building, you know, public trust and stuff as well. Our you know, our faction or our however you want to call it, our group has quite a bit of a bad reputation due to our history. So
If it's all right with you, DM, would it be okay to like just kind of skip ahead, buy drinks for them? Like we'll say skip ahead 50 silvers worth of drinks and card
that's
games.
up.
50 silver.
Got a lot
I
of
think you're
time.
all dead if you do that.
Are you
Yeah.
kidding?
Card, like just sitting for a while, buttering them up with drinks
50
and card games.
silvers? That's
Don't
like
do the 50
50
silvers.
drinks. Wait, no, not really. 50 silvers is like what?
250
500 drinks. Yeah,
Like,
there's 500 mugs worth of.
All right, just throw a number in silver of a couple hours of both card games and buying drinks for everyone and kind of loosening them up.
We'll go with 10
10.
what 10 what now?
silver.
Oh wow.
That's assuming I guess I won back some of my money during the card games.
Yeah.
Okay. 10 silver it is.
They're really I mean, he chose like company that was really like there are a few dwarves in there and stuff, and they're like chugging them down.
Okay.
There are a few
Um,
heavy drinkers in there.
How loose-lipped do they appear at this point?
The dwarves not at all. There are like four people on the table, and like the two dwarves are like they're not phased by all the drinks that got into them, but the human and the elf on the table are like, yeah. I mean,
Damn,
it's
these
affecting them.
dwarves.
If you want to know more, you should do an insight. But you can clearly see without insight that it's at least affecting them in some way.
Yeah, passive insight. I got you. Damn, these dwarves, they're ruining everything. Damn their stomachs. I kind of
Glad
raise
we're
a
all this
question. I assume what are the dwarves' names just for
Oh god, I have to think of names.
we can call them Dwarf 1 and Dwarf 2 just to make it easy.
Dwarf 1 and Dwarf 2.
I simply raise the question as to who would win in a I make note to like dwarves seem to be holding your alcohol pretty well. I wonder who would win in a drinking competition.
A drinking
I,
competition, you say? You want to take us on in a drinking competition?
I think I direct it more at them. Like I'm wondering who would win between the two in a drinking competition, and I put down 5 silver on Dwarf 1 to win the drinking competition. Basically
You
putting
are
bets
putting
on them.
money on. Oh, you're betting on drinking competitions. Now that's a fun thing, you know. And they look and the elf goes like, oh yeah, I'm betting 5 silver on this dwarf, man. It's going to be amazing. The other one is like, no, it's 10 silver on the other one, and they're like betting up each other. And
The
then, like,
DM just scared Ginny from the other room.
in like the you know, the hype that's going on, they're like trying to get you also to eventually go over to gold, betting actual gold. And they're trying to get you to bet gold as well. Like, and bet more, it's going to be amazing. And like the dwarves are betting on themselves and stuff. Not that I
Alright.
bet as much, but they're betting.
I bet 2 gold on Dwarf 1.
Oh yeah. It's on,
Dwarf
man.
one.
And they're like going, and
Can
there's
we-
actual gold on the table now.
Where,
Can we
just out of
name-
interest,
can we
where's
name them
Harkon
now?
in all this?
What?
Out of interest, where's Harkon in all this?
Guarding the
Arkman is
gate.
still at the gate or
Damn it.
off duty, and then you can be wherever you want to be.
Oh, I just wanted to walk in the drinking competition.
Fine, you can walk in for the drinking competition if you want.
Yeah, it's the end of the stream, so it would be funny, I guess.
Let's all
you
just walk in. Come on, we all stood duty at guard duty thing. We all just walk in.
No.
That's
Okay.
You all walk in and you see this betting going on at the table. What do you do? You don't know what it's about, right? You just see very enthusiastic people betting on dwarves.
Can I just quickly go up to Roy? What's going on? I whisper into him.
Well, whispering won't get you anywhere because they're excitedly shouting at the table.
Okay.
Eventually, half the inn is betting on dwarves.
Yeah, if I'm to explain exactly what is going on to you, I think it would ruin the plan. So I simply say, a drinking competition, my man.
A drinking competition? Can I join?
They like people are like looking you up and down, and then suddenly from a corner someone shouts 5 gold on the new dwarf.
And I say, and I hold up 10 gold, and I say 10 gold on me.
And they're like slamming down money, and
Alright,
people
let me just check I've got 10 gold.
people
Yes, that's
set
it.
themselves up as bookies, and they're actually walking around collecting the money and like making sure the bets are, and like this explodes into like people coming from the street, and like Anna and Melgar and Johanni hear from it as well, and they're being dragged into the inn, and they're like, "We have to bet on these dwarves," and you're like, "What dwarves drinking contest?" But it's like people just dragging you in, and then you guys suddenly get dragged into the inn, and you see Hakon standing there being bet on, and it's like, drinking contest, drink, 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 and like the barkeep is like rubbing in his hands. He's like, "Oh, this is gonna sell so much drinks, yeah!" And like he's selling drinks everywhere, left and right, and like people are coming in with like food to like support, you know, like food and stuff, and it's an entire happening, and then the whole inn suddenly is full, and they're like, "We do not have enough space. Dwarfs outside, the drinks will be brought." And then you are being led to like the street in front of the inn, and the dwarfs are being sat on stools, and it's like the first one who falls off his stool loses. And then like 3 stools at the middle of the street, and this whole crowd around it, everyone cheering and chanting, and like, "Oh my god, this is going to be great! Dwarf drinking contest!" And like there's this long table that gets set in front of the dwarfs, and then this long row of mugs, and it's like, "Drink, drink, drink," and then the innkeeper comes out, and he's like, "All right, on my marks, get set,
Roll.
start drinking," and that's indeed the sign to start rolling endurance checks. So you roll an endurance check, and then I roll for the other dwarves, and then you roll again, and I roll, and then eventually the first one to gain 2 fails will lose.
Roy, I have to ask you a question. I mean, Kyle, I have to ask you a question. This is not what you anticipated.
It works. It's fine.
He creates religions.
As long
he
as,
creates drinking
as long as you
contests.
guys don't
I mean,
like end up getting in the way somehow, this is fine.
Oh.
I can
Oh,
I can
wow.
roll with this.
Get
Sorry,
in the
Kat.
way. Hakon is participating. That's not in the way. That's aiding.
That's not in the way of.
No,
So it's
I mean
an
that's the
endurance check,
opposite
Hakon.
of being in the
Okay,
way.
So as I get my drink, I kind of raise my hands to quieten the crowd. Does the crowd go quiet in anticipation of my first? come up? And then I down the beer.
Drink, 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 drink. Oh man, it hits home, man. This is strong dwarven ale, and you know, it's
Feeling
home.
it.
So dwarf 2.
Make sure to distinguish dwarf 1 and dwarf 2 because I have money on dwarf 1.
I always roll first for dwarf 1, and dwarf
Okay.
1 it hits home as well. He's just as dazed as
Balls.
Thomas.
I like how they were drinking for hours and now the first drink out.
And dwarf 2 is like chugging through it like a champ. All right, next roll, Hakon.
Quieten the crowd again. And I drink.
You can't quiet the crowd anymore. It's so high.
Ah,
Oh, you crashed down your stool and Hakon is out.
I smack my head. Yeah.
In skill armor, full knockout. You'll have quite the morning tomorrow.
God damn it, Hakon.
Dwarf 1. Dwarf 1 is drinking and he's chugging it down. He's keeping it down.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
dwarf 1.
And Dwarf 2 is like, oh, he's chugging it down like a champ. Dwarf 1 again.
Dwarf.
Oh, Dwarf 1 is like chugging this one down as well.
God damn it.
Dwarf 2 again. Yep, they're still going at it. Because he's got money on this, I have to roll this. Oh, Dwarf 1 crashes from his stool, and Dwarf 2 is the winner. You
Wow.
lose the money you have bet on Dwarf
Everybody
1.
loses.
And Hakon loses the money, he also bet on himself.
10 gold.
And the Dwarf 2 stands on his stool and he raises his hands in victory and then suddenly realizes he's drunk too much and falls off his stool standing up. It's like, yeah! And he crashes down the floor. And like the dwarves are being carried inside the inn and they're like thrown on some makeshift beds.
And through.
Like crash down there.
And I
And,
safely
yeah.
got on spot before all that happened.
The day ends. The day ends.
Are they,
And so does the stream.
The crowd
I
dissipates.
think, did Kyle want to do something with all this?
yeah, I was just
Okay.
gonna see the human and the elf. Are they? I guess I would need to roll an insight check. I assume they were drinking along with this competition. It was loud. Everyone was having fun. How are they as far as general drunkenness?
Oh, everyone's drunk. You don't need a
I don't
perception.
need an insight to see that.
No, everyone is flattened.
All right, I inquire if they have heard or seen anything about the blacksmiths that we're looking for.
Let's keep that for the next room. Cliffhanger! We always
Cliffhanger,
have to end on a
hi!
cliffhanger.
Very
So-
good timing though. Good timing on the plan there, Kyle.
Yeah. Exactly that question will be answered next time. Which is, I believe, next week.
Yes, that is next
Yes.
week. Yep,
Yeah, next week.
definitely.
2
Same
weeks in a
time,
row.
same day,
Oh.
same time.
Yes, same day, same time, same place. There you go, guys.
Cool.
Cool stuff.
We'll be delving further into the blacksmith plot, which was actually intended as a side quest, but has turned into the major quest.
And we're still alive!
And they're still alive.
So much hype. Okay, well, we will see you next time. I have a lot of to recap about this time though. And yeah, we'll see if we keep guarding gates or get somewhere with the whole blacksmith thing where we've been working on since episode 1, I believe. Also, next episode will be the last episode for YouTubers watching this on the playlist. But then, of course, I make a second playlist where we continue. So it's all gonna be good. So thank you all so much for the hosts, because the host spam is real. And thank you all for the follows and the support. And you guys in chat, as always, are awesome. And
Yes,
I hope
definitely.
to see you next time.
Next week, guys. Same time, same place.
Bye.
Oh, Buttery! Who is Malgar? We'll tell you in chat. See ya!
We'll tell you in chat. Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye.